Now that we're able to save items to NSUserDefaults, we need to go ahead and be able to access the information from our NSUserDefaults to confirm that the information our user enters into our sign-in view controller is what we saved to our NSUserDefault. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to our login button pressed method, and this is when we're going to do our checking logic. So let's first get back an NS string that represents our username as well as our password. So we can type NS string, and we're going to say username is equal to, and we're going to say NSUserDefaults, standard user defaults, and we're going to say object for key. And because we added our defines into our CC create account view controller header file, we have access to those defines because we imported CC create account view controller into our CC sign in view controller header file. So let's go ahead and we can do user underscore name using our define so we know we're using the proper key. And let's do the same thing for our password. So we're going to say standard user defaults, and we'll say object for key, and we can say user underscore password. So what we're doing here in both cases is we're creating an instance of NSUserDefaults by saying NSUserDefaults standard user defaults, which returns an instance of NSUserDefaults, and then we call the method object for key on it, and we're passing in our two keys here. For the first one, NSString username, we pass in our key username, and for our NSString password, we pass in the key user underscore password that we set up in our defines. So great, now we need to do some if logic, or some checking logic here, and we're going to say if, and we're going to say self.username text field dot text is equal to string, and we're going to use our method here. We're going to check it to see if it's the same thing as our username. And we'll use a double ampersand after, and we're going to use a left bracket. We'll say self.password text field dot text is equal to string, and we're going to say password, and we'll be able to write some logic now. So now that we've confirmed that the information we added to our username text field is equal to what we saved to our NSUserDefaults, and our password text field is the same as what we saved to our NSUserDefaults. Well, now we should perform this segue. So let's just cut this line of code here, self-perform segue with identifier, and put that into the if statement. We should also add an else statement, and we should again create a UI alert view to tell the user that something's gone wrong if they haven't entered the correct information in. So we're going to say UI alert view. Let's allocate some memory, and we can initialize it with a title, and we're going to say error for our title, and our message will be username or password combination does not work. And let's go ahead and set the delegate equal to nil because we're not going to use that for now. And our cancel button, we can just say OK. And we're not going to use any other buttons, so we can remove that. And let's add a semicolon at the end. So we also need to show our alert view, so we can say alert view show. And now we have our login functionality, our login button functionality set up. So let's go ahead and test this out. We can go ahead and run our application. And let's go ahead and create an account. So let's say username, and we'll just use password and password, and we can press create account, and let's go ahead and enter this in here. So let's first enter the wrong information. So we'll write username, but we'll put like password 1 in, and we'll press login, and we see username or password combination does not work. So let's go ahead and use password regular, and we see that now we're able to transition to the correct screen.